All right. What's going on, people? How you're doing? How you're feeling today? Welcome to another wonderful episode of IMO.
Come on.
I'm Jeff, and as always with me,
Man on the road in case you didn't know. Tawati.
facts.
My name Jeff.
Ass. You guys should quit that shit already.
You're not
is,
been to those
is, is it
allegations,
is it
man.
my fault that my name is Jeff?
Nah, you're not been to those
Uh,
allegations, man. It's not our fault that that guy too fucking give us
he's
the
a
ultimate meme.
motherfucker. That guy
You
is
know
crazy.
what
Clown ass
I'm
nigga.
saying?
Anyways, before we get into it today, guys, please don't forget to subscribe, like,
Like,
hit the notification
repost,
bell so when we
comments.
post new stuff, you guys get it here first. So, that being said, bro, what we getting in today, bro?
Today we're doing something a little different. You
Okay.
know what I'm saying? I want to talk about something that you usually talk about. I want you to talk about something that I would usually talk about.
Okay. 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 Okay.
So yeah, man. Before I get into it, right?
Right.
You know that even in Nigeria, there are certain things that are considered offensive, especially if you say them in another language.
Right.
Like all this ode, mumu, excuse me, like all these kind of things, like
Right.
those are even direct insults, right? I
Right.
don't even know if there's another language that I can find an indirect insult that is more of a derogatory term as opposed to even an insult and use that as an example. But I'm gonna say this Aboki shit, people should stop it. Do you understand? Calling every northerner Aboki
Okay.
and like anyone that like speaks Hausa or
Yeah.
whatever. And it's not even just like calling them Aboki. It's now it's sort of like become a thing. And like Aboki itself is a thing. Like this one they behave like Aboki.
Mm, mm, mm.
Do you get what I mean?
Right.
It's very derogatory. I'm not gonna lie. I'm from the north, and first of all, niggas don't even say it as much in the north. First of all.
Right.
Secondly, the literal translation of Aboki means friend. Not my friend. It
Friend.
means friend. So imagine you're having an English conversation and someone keeps referring to you as friend during the conversation. Wouldn't you find that very offensive?
Offensive, actually.
If the person even
Yeah.
said my friend, which in certain places as a phrase is offensive if you keep repeating it in a statement
Yeah.
where you
Yeah.
know the person's
Yeah.
name or you could easily ask for the name.
True.
But no, you guys call every Tom, Dick, and Harry that is northern Aboki as like
That's
a
crazy.
derogatory form.
That's
Like even
crazy.
people even use it to insult them at times. And even aside me being northern, just me knowing what it means, I find it very insulting. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
we're having a conversation with a female friend of ours the other day. And she was saying this, and like she said, she uses to refer to one of her friends, and I'm like, okay, that's personal. That's only okay, me and my guy type of P. But then this outside kind of mentality, your me guard, the guy that sells you provisions on
Yeah.
the side of the road, the guys that
Yeah.
push those bin, the guys that bring water. Do you understand? Like all these northerners, the guys that sell all these things in traffic.
Right.
Like, bro, just like endeavor to be more sensitive. Like, just don't be out there calling everybody friend. You know what I mean?
Right.
That
Right.
Malam oneself is a different conversation because Malam is more of a title. It's more of even a religious title. So it's not everyone that you even call Malam.
Oh yeah.
That's even worse if you now call them Malam. Do you get what I mean?
So
So
okay.
I feel very passionately that we should also use this medium to educate as much as we use it to
Facts.
talk
Oh
about
yeah.
our
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
opinions.
Yeah. Yeah. Facts. Facts.
Some of our opinions are
Facts.
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 You know what I mean? So it's good to also remind people who are watching and people who could possibly watch that, like some of our opinions are facts. You know what I mean?
Right.
So
Right.
endeavor to be more sensitive to your neighborhood Aboki. You know what I mean? Ask Ismaila for his name. Ask Atairu, Jamir. Ask them for their fucking names. They have one. You know what I
Right.
mean?
True.
They you have one. It's like calling
True.
a fucking Asian a
True.
chink.
True.
You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or calling
Yeah.
a fucking black person a nigger.
Right. It's
You know what I
same
mean?
thing actually.
And not being remotely fucking black.
I get that.
You know what I
I
mean?
get that. You're right. You
And even
know,
if you're black, you know what I mean? There are certain situations
where you
that's
don't.
yeah, you
Yeah.
don't the word is not
It's offensive.
necessary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True. You're right because this Aboki thing you're talking about. Like I think every Nigerian at some point is
Guilty of
guilty
it.
of that.
Yeah.
You know, that's why when you said it, I kind of like caught myself laughing. But I mean, it's not actually
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
funny.
Yeah.
Funny, really. It's not funny, to be honest
Mm.
with you. You know, it's crazy. You're right about that. I think it's something we should try as much as possible to. I always talk about being intentional. When
Mm.
you're intentional about stuff like that, if you even catch yourself making that mistake, you know, correct
Yeah,
yourself
correct yourself.
because you know, I mean, that's pretty racist, you know,
Tribalistic.
tribalistic,
It's
whatever.
good for you to be informed as well. There's nothing wrong with being 2 years old and learning something, you know what I mean? As
Right,
far as you
right,
learn and you
right,
understand the difference.
right.
If you choose to still continue behaving like that, then that just means you're fucking ignorant.
That's
But
that's
if
that's
you've gotten
that's
the
true.
information, then you should strive
That's true. That's
to
true.
still
Big
yeah,
facts, man.
yeah,
That's a
yeah,
good one.
yeah, yeah.
Sorry, before I start, so you said Aboki is friend. What does Mala mean? Is it a religious
So
title?
Malam is like guys that yes, that is sort of like pastor.
Okay.
It's not imam so to speak, but then it's like yeah.
Malam is a teacher, basically.
Yeah, pretty much yeah.
Oh, okay. I
Yeah,
think I
yeah.
might have heard
Like a
that a
religious
while ago.
teacher. So
Okay,
Mm.
okay,
You feel me? So
okay.
those are the they are them I think Ustaz is the Hausa name
yeah,
for them.
Ustaz. Ustaz, yeah.
Is it
It's
Arabic?
not it's Arabic, it's not
It's Arabic.
it's not
Okay. So Ustaz is more of like a religious teacher, I
yeah.
think. Yeah.
No,
If
okay.
anything, the
So Malam is
closest.
the head.
Yeah.
Okay. Get it.
You know what I
Got
mean?
it. Got
Yeah.
it. Okay, that's good. I mean, like you said, you learn every day,
Yeah.
so nice one.
Hmm.
Okay, anyways,
Yes, how about you? What you got
for
first?
me, since I'm gonna be doing your thing,
Yeah.
I want to talk about this Diddy thing
Oh shit.
going. Bro,
Somebody ran the table.
I know that's a
Oh
sense.
shit. Somebody called the cops.
Nah, I'm not.
Oh,
I'm
might
talking
as well
about
shoot
it,
myself in the
but I have
foot.
an angle.
Oh
I
shit.
have an angle because, yeah, I mean, it's.
Oh shit. Nah, hit me, bro. Come on. Come on. I'm
You know
curious.
where why I'm able to talk about this stuff because I've seen a bunch of videos with 50
Mm.
where this thing comes up and he just,
Yeah.
you know. So I mean, I don't know why people. It's a sensitive thing, I get, but I don't know why people just.
Every time I think of his court trial, I think of that one clip of of Kanye pulling up to the court trial. This is to the trial at the court, and he
Oh,
goes in, and in
Kanye.
like 10-15 minutes, he comes back outside, and he just goes straight into his car, and he just leaves. And I'm like, if Kanye heard enough in 10 to 15 minutes, God, Lee,
Bro, like that's
what is the guy going
exactly
on?
fine. Now you that's so he heard a lot in like 10, 15
God
minutes.
damn it, man. He must have
So
made the
there's a
mood
bunch of stuff
upside
on
down
this
as well.
whole
Like,
Diddy thing that's out there. So I don't know why people get all sensitive when it comes up. Like, almost people things they bust, they cast, whatever. So that happened, whatever to him, you know. Now, why I'm actually talking about that is he had a bunch of allegations brought up,
yeah,
like
and a bunch of charges.
yeah, charges rather, not even
Yeah.
allegations, charges, bro.
Mm.
He was charged with for domestic violence, sex
Sex trafficking,
trafficking,
racketeering.
racketeering, all that kind of a bunch of stuff.
There was one intends to distribute prostitution or transport prostitution or
Oh
something
yeah,
like that.
yeah.
There was
Okay,
something like
now
that.
yeah. Now guess what, bro? Some of those charges have been dropped. Like I think the domestic violence
Just found
one.
not guilty, but yeah.
Oh,
Like
okay.
three
Found
of
not
the big
guilty.
three of the biggest like
Yeah. The sex trafficking one, the domestic violence one, and I think
and
the
racketeering as
racketeering
well,
one,
yeah.
right? Okay. So this Diddy thing is all over the
First of all,
internet,
that's crazy, bro. For the
you know,
domestic violence one, there's
because
actual
there's
footage,
footage of that.
and there's a
There are
full
images of
video.
like the
Yeah,
after what she
aftermath,
looked
and there's
like
a full video of him even chasing her down at the
and doing
hotel
all that.
lobby and holding his like towel with one hand and still beating the shit out of her with one other hand.
So I
That
mean,
happened.
like I said, I'm not going into the sensitive issue. It's something to talk about is news, right? Um, but those what's it called? Those allegations have been whatever. They're not concluded them yet, right? They've been dropped or whatever. Or
But then I think it's still, I think
it's I
the
know the
trial
case
is
is
still
still on,
ongoing. Yeah.
right? But bro, this thing I say about like mainstream media and culture and what we're what
The times are in.
what we're taking in with the times we're in, bro. They all this evidence is out there, yet someone who went to law school
Yeah.
came out and defended that, and
Some
they're
John
trying to like
Cochran, some
drop that thing. So,
what's the name of
bro,
that Young Thug's lawyer type nigga? Brian Steele. Some Brian Steele type
yeah,
nigga.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Turn shit
So
around.
I mean, for me, I'm not trying to talk too long about the whole thing. In my opinion, I still go back to like mainstream media and the effect that thing has on what's going on with the
Yeah,
world
with the
today.
world, yeah.
So please, guys, we should be. In my opinion, I think young, because even things are happening crazy, and there are a lot younger parents that people that haven't even matured yet as
These are still kids, are
they're still
having
kids
kids.
having kids.
Mm.
So it'd be in their best interest to safeguard your kids from what they're exposed to. I have nieces and nephews that even with how much their parents are involved in their life,
Mm.
they still it's easy for them to get carried away watching this screen. Sometimes
Yeah,
they have issues with how much
screen
screen
time.
time they get. So it's something we should really pay attention to with mainstream media and kind of information we're taking in these days,
Influences real
bro. It
time.
influences a whole lot.
Real time.
Because a bunch of people are online calling out Diddy this, Diddy that, Diddy.
Some people are happy
Why
for him
this?
and clapping for
Why
him
I'm
still.
actually bringing this thing up about mainstream media, bro? I will not be shocked if
He walks,
he
yeah,
walks
he runs
away
service.
with
Gets
no.
community
Bro, I'm
service
not gonna be
or house
shocked because
arrest
look.
or some
So yeah, in my opinion, guys,
bullshit.
please pay attention to the
These
information
are
where you get
consuming.
information, the kind of information you're taking. It it shapes your mind.
Mm.
So please, yeah, that's my opinion for today. I don't know what your thoughts
Yeah.
are on that, bro.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think very strongly that mainstream media, especially in entertainment space with the entertainers, the actors, the musicians,
Right.
the content creators, streamers, I think mainstream media really it works for the machine, but most of the times it doesn't work for the individual and
Right.
stuff. And eventually it doesn't work for the masses, people that are receiving the content.
Oh yeah.
It's like NBA young boy at some point did a documentary and he said he regrets the amount of personalization he put in his music
Mm.
that is sort of influenced like a younger generation to be more violent, to be more like gun
What
responsive and
artist is
stuff like
this?
that. NBA young boy.
Oh, okay, okay,
He
okay.
has a cult following and he has large insane numbers from like his actual like audio sales to like his videos and stuff.
Wow,
Guy like he's crazy with like
that's
the
crazy.
yeah, one of his baby mamas is Floyd Mayweather's daughter. You know what I mean? So like
You gotta
he's
be
like
kidding.
yeah, he's making a lot of money and he came up from violence, from gang banging, from like a lot of gun related activities and whatnot. So he was saying how like based on like the machine and based on like what music has come to today and what sells, he felt like he played his part in not
Not
reducing that
right, right,
impact,
right,
yeah,
right,
feeding
right. Feeding that
yeah,
narrative or
yeah,
that
yeah,
culture.
of that culture,
Yeah,
yeah.
I get
So,
that. True, bro.
mhm.
That it plays a whole lot. It plays a whole lot. It's a shame that we're not when we bring our opinions, we can go in depth. It's just that
Mm,
we try to make it as compact and share
yeah,
information and make it nice and fun as
you
well. But
understand?
if you guys like us to dive in deep and talk longer, guys,
Yeah, let
you
us
have the
know.
comment section. Please,
Comments,
like,
respond,
make
repost.
use of that.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Our handles are gonna be available shortly, so we're gonna be putting that on the screens as time goes on as well, so that you
Right.
can be more
Right.
responsible what we're doing.
Right.
But thank you for hanging with us. It's been a few episodes in.
Before we go,
we've had fun. But before we go, we have our thought of the day.
yeah.
think-
Before we even do that, bro, a whole lot has happened. Like you brought up stuff.
Talk about men's mental health.
Yeah, men's mental health with the amount of
444,500
just this year alone.
and something
We just got to the half of the
suicides
year suicide,
in
and they're all
2025,
men.
and 70
Bro.
70 to 80%, 444,500 and something. I can't remember the last two
Bro,
figures, but 70 to
suicide.
80% are men, and that's
Bro,
the
that's
suicide rate in
crazy.
2025.
That's
I have-
ridiculous.
Right, I know someone personally that took his own life.
This year?
Man, this year.
Bro, that's
crazy.
that's crazy, man. That's crazy. So please, men's mental health, like,
It's
bro, I never
important.
thought it was. I used to just like,
I think
yeah,
I've spoken
social
about
media
this
trend
as
and
well some
whatnot.
time ago.
That's some serious thing to look at. The numbers is insane, bro.
Man, we need to not feel like we can't talk about certain things, especially
Yeah.
to other men. If we're not going to be able to
God
confine
damn.
in our women, we should be able to confine
Excuse
in our
my
fellow
French.
men. I feel like it's crazy because even I've heard about a staggering suicide rates and a crazy percentage of it being men in Nigeria as of this year. I can't remember the exact figures, but it was very worrying.
That's crazy.
And
That's,
we just passed
that's ridiculous.
Men's Mental Health Month, I think last month or so. And I think it should be something that we shouldn't forget. We shouldn't limit it to a month. We have so much pressure that we're dealing with, and the times are getting crazier, and the pressure is increasing.
Right.
I was just telling you and Ayat earlier that like life keeps lifing regardless of what's happening in your current situation. They're saying
Life is going on.
responsibilities, and they're saying things
Your
that at
own
the
personal
time
challenges
you
and
need
whatnot.
to still get them done regardless of what's happening in real time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's a whole lot to deal with taking
As
at
a
a
man.
time.
And
Bro,
people
it's
will laugh at
crazy.
you and clown you if you
Yeah.
cry, if you let out
It
your
is
emotion,
crazy.
if
It
you're
is
vulnerable,
crazy.
niggas will say you're weak. What do you mean? I'm not a soldier, I'm a
Bro.
fucking man.
Bro, even a soldier, bro,
He's a man
he's
still.
a human being. Like, you think if he gets shot, he won't feel the pain?
Yeah, he won't bleed.
Like, what the hell are you talking
Come on.
about? Bro, anyways,
So
and
yeah.
also, really sad news today, bro. Diego
Diogo
Jota, R.I.P. Diego
and his
Jota, bro.
brother.
Yeah, and his
God rest
brother.
his soul.
I
Rest
never
his
like
soul.
that. That's crazy, man.
Life.
Life, bro. And you said he just got married like 5 days.
5 days ago. He
Damn.
won the Premier League cup with Liverpool.
Bro,
Just this past season. He won the FIFA what's it called? Cup League. No, Nations League with Ronaldo.
with Spain.
Portugal.
Yeah.
With Portugal.
Yeah, Portugal. Sorry,
With
bro.
Portugal.
Sorry, Portugal.
And what else? Yeah. Then he got married
5 days ago.
5 days ago. He's
bro,
28. He's not even 30.
that is
It's
the weirdest. Like, that's so sad.
Horrible news.
Someone that had his whole life ahead of them, bro.
Horrible news.
Bro, that's not good. That's not good at all, man.
So our condolences to his family and his loved
Yeah,
ones.
man. R.I.P. Diego
God
Jota.
rest his soul. His memory will be more than honored and remembered.
brother.
He's one of my favorite players to use on FIFA. For the past like 3 or 4 FIFAs, I've been using Liverpool, and
He's hot like
I
that.
subbed him for Lucas Diaz, and like bro, like
he kind of got like that super sub effect and shit.
Yeah, you know what I mean. So like,
R.I.P. Diego Jota.
oh man. Thank you so much for rocking with us. Please like, subscribe,
I ain't said my thought of the
repost,
day yet,
and comment. And
let me
Jeff will
get to
take us away with the thought of the day.
So my thought of the day, it's a quote from Ancestral Voices. And it goes, "We are all interconnected and powerful things happen when we gather with intention to heal." It's something to think about. Like, just reading that, I can reflect. Like, it's personal, you know. So you just take it and do with it what you want.
Spin that again for me.
We are all interconnected, and powerful things happen when we gather with intention to heal.
That's a deep point still.
Yeah, bro.
We need to
Yeah,
work through
bro.
that because our generation is so caught up with so much
Yeah,
trauma
bro.
and so much,
Yeah, bro.
and we have a lot of it in common.
Yeah,
That's
bro.
it goes back to still talking about it as men, talking about it as people who have gone through certain things together in the likeness,
Yeah.
and you'll be able to move past it, knowing that